Alright, this is quite an enigma, excuse me. We're gonna play range mode today. Anyway, Castlevania Symphony of the Night came out, right? So we're all stoked, we're like, this is the best game ever. And then all of a sudden, we're like, where's the next Castlevania? We got Nintendo 64, Castlevania 64, and everybody says it's really crappy, but I didn't think it was that bad. It could have been better, definitely. But then they're like, oh, we're hearing from the fans instead of giving us the prequel, which was awesome, that never made it here, Castlevania X Rondo of Blood. They're like, here, have a remake of regular Castlevania that you never heard about, you didn't really want to play, and too bad. And if this game sells a lot, maybe we'll do something to help your other wish. So typical developer didn't listen to the fans until the PSP came out, and then they came out with Dracula X Chronicles, which granted a lot of wishes. It had Symphony of the Night, or a arranged version of Dracula X, and it also had the original. And I'm not forgetting the so-called conversion on Super Nintendo that was kind of atrocious. It wasn't atrocious, but it wasn't what it should have been, because it was nothing like the original game. But anyway, most people don't have a PSP. I do believe, I think they actually brought the game to the virtual console. I could be wrong. I haven't been on there for a while. So definitely check that one out. And the they came out with an arranged version of Castlevania Adventure 2, which was pretty cool. This game's fun if you like the NES Castlevanias. I wouldn't go as far to say it's as good as Bloodlines or Castlevania 4, but man, if they would have brought Dracula X, the real one, to PlayStation, PlayStation 2, or even PlayStation Network, it was so much better. It had branching paths, everything, and it actually told the story before Symphony of the Night. So yeah, maybe they will eventually. I mean, Bionic Commando got a pretty sweet relaunch or whatever, and Rocket Knight, which was an awesome game that I didn't think I'd ever see a sequel to, and then they just came out with a prequel to Contra Hardcore, so I'm hoping that they would do that, but that's kind of a fanboy's dream. This game gets ridiculously hard at certain parts, not so much on the range mode. The range mode's a little bit more forgiving, but this is, look at this, they're gonna try to trick you. Yeah, see, that's the messed up stuff. This version they're like, haha, you didn't get Dracula X, but you got this. So, as you can see, the layout's almost exactly like the Castlevania on the NES, but if you've played a lot of Castlevania, that's actually pretty common. Like, Castlevania Bloodlines is the exact same thing. I think it's just like supposed to be going back to the ruins or whatever. At least the English Castlevania Legacy is so garbled up, like none of it really makes sense. But now they have this new Castlevania relaunch, which on its own is a good game. It's like God of War meets Lord of the Rings, but Castlevania's Castlevania because it's Castlevania. Like, I like Lord of the Rings, but let Lord of the Rings be Lord of the Rings and Castlevania be Castlevania. They just tried to make God of War and Lord of the Rings, like, the only thing that really has anything in common is the name, which is a disappointment. Like, I would love to see, like, a God of War clone, honestly, like, with a Castlevania vibe, but they didn't do it. I heard they were making a sequel, and there was references of old enemies at the ending of the first game, so I'm hoping that they mend their ways and come up with something new, because I need Castlevania to feel like Castlevania, otherwise the world turns cold. And they came out with that multiplayer version on Xbox 360, which, what the hell were they thinking? I swear. That guy, Ega, or whatever his name is, I'm sorry if I said it wrong. After Symphony of the Night, something happened to him. He, like, made one of the best games of all time, and then he just figured, why don't I just either A, do the same thing over and over again on the DS, or make shitty 3D games. I think that's why they got scared and tried to change Castlevania completely, which wasn't the way to go. It's not that hard. I mean, I'm not a programmer, but just to come up with a good concept of a Castlevania game that everybody'd like, all you have to do is steal from God of War, add some gothic stuff, take the backgrounds from Castlevania 3, and I'd be happy. Especially now that they're starting to come up with these online passes, which I think is bull crap. You gotta pay $10 even if you buy the game used. I understand that developers lose money on used games, but if you're gonna do that, at least listen to your fans. And I hope that's what you guys are doing, even though they're not gonna look at a grainy YouTube video. If I was a game developer, it'd be the last thing on my mind. But I can rant, damn it. This is my own personal space that nobody probably even sees. Now, I realize this is a range mode, but that's one hell of a Photoshop map right there. I think somebody made that in one of my high school graphic design classes. It's about the decent quality of that. I don't know how well the music and stuff is translating through film. I don't even know how well you can hear me. I always get really super stoked about these videos, and then I watch them. I'm like, oh man, it's not very good. I'm hoping to go to storage and get my real camera. I haven't ever played video games with those, but I need just better sound equipment, recording equipment. I usually don't play this bad, but I'm trying to play behind a camera, which isn't the smartest thing to do if you're trying to play the video game good. I apologize if I sound like crap. I've been at the hospital all day today. I'm getting my appendix taken out soon, so I'm pretty worn out, but I figured this would give me something to do. Usually in a Castlevania game, I always keep the axe. I don't know what happened right there. Where those two things made contact, my camera is. There's some scaling for you guys. I remember having a Sega Genesis and I was so bummed because my Sega Genesis didn't do all the Mode 7 stuff. They had some good games in retrospect. I think I ended up liking my SNES better. I think it had more games, but I have more fond memories of the Sega Genesis. And I know it's blasphemous, but I can't decide whether I like Castlevania Bloodlines or 4 better. I'd say that start like a bunch of arguments online, but I have to actually have fans to do that. Listen with me going, "Moo, I don't have fans. My life is a wreck." And here you go with another famous Castlevania try to kill you instantly scene. Always fun. I did not see that. Excuse me. try this one more time. Usually my videos don't go beyond 10 minutes. Because I'm using a camera off of a memory card. That's why I actually have a camera that runs off of film. I think that will go much better, but it just depends when I can get to it or not. I need to find a way to record my speech and stuff like that. I know I'm such an amateur at all this. But I like all your guys' videos. It's so awesome. And I come to my page and I'm like, yeah, I need some work. Oh crap, I didn't realize it was going to let me up that early. I promise I don't suck this bad in real life, opposed to this fake digital YouTube life. I usually get through no problems, but every time there's a platform or something, the camera's right in front of it, and I'm not one of those fancy viewfinder players, I can't do it. If you are, you deserve a medal. Why does Simon have pink hair? Let's see if I can do it this time. I do it, but I got the stubby. Is that the stubby whip? I can't tell. Loading bad guy. He don't like me. Him and his 3-framed animation flame. This is definitely the range mode. Would never happen that easy on the original. That's Castlevania Chronicles. I'm playing this off of a PlayStation disc, but it is on the PlayStation Network store if you're curious. If you have a Wii, and they do have, I know for sure they have the Castlevania Adventure. Definitely check that out. And if they have Dracula X, check that out more. It's under TurboGrafx. And then Castlevania Adventure is an original WiiWare game. Anyway, I hope you liked the video again. Alright, talk to you guys later. Bye.